exciting to hear about the eclipse, and it's wonderful to see the plants downtown and things moving along. We made a lot of progress, I think, in 2 years, and I don't want to see that progress diminished. And I don't want to see the town moving forward being diminished in any way. And I don't know, I read this article in the newspaper, Burchins blamed for $3,400, I think it was, purchase order, and a $10,000 check, and using the town equipment, and so many different things, and the embellishments, and the things that were made up, things that are not correct and not true, are really concerning me. Because what I think it does, it makes the town look bad. And the one thing I try to do as your administrator was to help manage the board so we didn't have these discussions that tarnish the image of the city or tarnish the image of the employees. We had a great team, I think. We have a great team in our administrative offices, our police department, Rick, and Focus, the work they're doing, the planning board. There are so many positive things going on, and something about a $3,400 invoice that was invoiced in the prior year, just, I'm astounded. I'm astounded by the reaction of some of the board members. Now, number one, James Reid and I never met to talk about trees.
You're damn lying.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
James.
I'm
just
sorry,
saying,
James.
we didn't do it.
Let him finish, you can
I'll
tell.
let.
We talked about the chipper, but we never went and visited with any sheriff up at the cemetery. The one thing that I asked to be done by Jake was to have the bonds removed from the building. And I didn't talk to you directly about that, that was
Yes, you
done through
did.
Jake.
I've got text.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I got text
If he
too.
addresses me, I'll address him.
You
well-
get the answer in a moment.
We have done everything, James, if that work was done in that fiscal year and you were owed $3,400, you're a good businessman, right?
And I turned in an invoice.
Well, we didn't see an invoice, obviously. And there was no purchase order attached to it. Now, the department heads have the authority to get a purchase order up to $1,500, anything over $1,500, a purchase order is required. Whether it's through the budget, or whether it's through a debit card, however it's paid, there needs to be a purchase order. Now, we had a perfect audit last year. I don't know when is the last time this town has had an audit without a significant or material weakness. And that's because people like Denise and Tammy, Darlene, all of us were pulling together to do things right and do things correctly. And when I listened to the tapes today, I was shocked. It made it look like I'm some kind of, behind the scenes, wheeler dealer kind of person, which I'm not. And I'm especially concerned about Mr. James and Ray. And what they said about me. Gary calls me a liar. There was this big discussion about the chipper. Let me tell you what I found when I first came here. And this is unusual in a small town, I don't think. A culture existed here where employees felt like they were entitled to use town equipment because they were not paid enough money to live on. And they were allowed to bring town equipment home. And one Friday, I had a call from one of our employees asking me to take the backhoe tomorrow. And I said, absolutely not. That's the first time I had learned that we had equipment being used by employees. And we put a stop to it. Now, we've had other people use town equipment. Mr. Ray Frazier, who didn't mind taking backhoes or whatever.
Could you be more specific, Mr. Burchins?
Yeah, you taking the backhoe to to Jerry's house. Yeah.
Backhoe, be more
Oh,
specific, if that's
so
backhoe.
what difference does it make, Ray?
A lot.
You took the town equipment
A
and
lot.
you used it.
Me and Mr. Horton had a,
Well,
quite a
you and I
conversation
had.
over that
Okay.
misinterpretation.
You
Okay.
didn't mind using it,
Backhoe, trackhoe, steel town equipment.
and I'm not gonna take this stuff. You guys can say things about me, I pay attention to what's going on here, and I care about this town. I mean, all through the 2 years I was here, the staff was constantly harassed by the two of you.
Let me say something,
Excuse me,
Mr.
I'm
Burchins.
talking.
No, I'm gonna talk now.
No, I'm
You
talking.
can defend
Okay,
yourself in a
I'm-
moment.
You can say what you want, and I will respond to you. But
That's a funny
when we
thing, you
got the
never
debit
did,
cards,
do you?
Hold on.
are you gonna let me speak?
Yeah, for what it's worth.
Yeah. Every week, you got a printout
Do not be
with
disrespectful.
everything that was
Continue.
spent, didn't you?
No,
Every
no,
you did not.
no, sir.
Baloney. That is pure baloney. Denise, did we not print out a
It's
copy of the
absolutely-
vendor?
It is
of the-
absolutely true.
And every board member got a copy, and Friday night I had to listen to you ask me questions about every little thing that was on it. And that's fine, that's your job, I appreciate your due diligence. But you got everything, every nickel and dime that was paid out to vendors, you received a copy of.
And you know why you was questioned on it. The same reason you'll be questioned tonight on it, why this town went almost $700,000 over budget last
That's a lie.
year. No, it's not.
Yeah, prove that, I'd like to see the proof of
Well,
that.
we've got lots of figures and monies that spent out of Beaver Creek money, we had to
This
do
man
it.
is speaking,
Let me
and you
tell
need
you
to
what
let
we had
him
to
finish,
do.
or you leave.
No, I won't.
You will
You
leave.
don't have the
I
authority
do
to tell me.
too.
No, you
I
don't,
do.
ma'am.
You need to read,
Officers,
you need to read the
You don't have the
ordinance.
authority to have
Come
it.
and get him and escort him out. He's not gonna sit up here and.
I'm not gonna leave,
I
guys.
appreciate that.
You will.
You can't do that.
You can't do
State
that.
statute, I can't.
Yes, you can.
If she's a director of the board, I
I
can't.
run the meeting and you can.
You're
keep
full of
your things.
shit. You can't do that.
You can't, by general statute, you can't have
Let's
to.
go, Gary. Let's go.
Y'all be out of here, come here.
You can't ask me to leave, Richard.
Let's go,
You
Gary.
cannot ask me to leave, Richard. It's
I can
against
call a
general
meeting.
statute.
I can call a meeting. I'm
I'm
gonna.
not afraid to answer any questions, Gary.
Let's go.
Call the meetings.
Call the meeting, call the meeting.
Anybody wanna go with me, go ahead.
Call the meeting.
Let's go, Gary.
I'm not leaving,
No,
man.
you're,
I will not leave the meeting. I'm not gonna leave, Richard. It's against general statute.
no, it is not. It is not.
It is against
You are
general
in- You
statute.
are defiant of the statute.
No, I'm not,
You are
ma'am.
in defiant of the statute.
So you're refusing to leave here?
I have not called any names. I have not called anybody any names or used any cuss words.
You have lied. You sat here and lied about the budget to the
That's your
audience.
opinion.
No, it's a lie. Facts. You're not entitled to your own facts, Alderman.
You're
The
entitled
facts.
to yours.
I'm entitled to the
I
facts.
think the issue is the interfund transfers that we had to do to get through the year. It's a cash flow issue, and in the budget ordinance, I have the authority to move money from fund to fund. The general fund was hurting in the beginning of the fiscal year, and we needed to move money into it.
Let me finish this. If you don't let him finish his, if you want to say something, you can't, you need to let him finish.
I'll say-
Otherwise, you can leave.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You
Okay,
think.
so, the $10,000 check, let me address that. I was never given a $10,000 check. Never. Now, James was very interested in the chipper, okay? The chipper was not number one on my list of things to do, I'm sorry. Surplusing that and working on that, know all the legalities that we had to go through. James and I talked about a negotiated sale, we talked about, there's 3 or 4 different ways you can dispose of property. The board gave me the authority to surplus equipment up to $30,000. That wasn't the most important thing in the world to get rid of that chipper, and the other items I'm not gonna take that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be polite, I'm usually diplomatic, but I'm disappointed and I'm angry, and I don't understand why the board at times does these things to diminish the public image of the board as a whole.
At any time, Mr. Neese had, I won't say the exact words, but had a problem with me.
There was tension between, yes, there was tension, but it didn't affect us using you.
Okay. And as far as the chipper, that was a two-time use for switching out the lights through town.
James, I really don't know how that was worked out between you and Jake.
No, it wasn't worked out between me and Jake, it was worked out between me and you.
No, I'm sorry.
Can I please take the podium and have my say now? Since he got to stand up there and bash.
I think you already bashed me at the last meeting.
When I meet with, the guy at the sheriff's department, I remember specifically telling you that there was a danger tree at the cemetery that the sheriff's department said needed to be taken down, and they was not gonna go back and mow unless that tree was taken down.
And
And probably, you're talking about me calling you on Friday night. Well, the reason I had to call you most of the time, you wanna get personal about this, is you wouldn't answer the phone during the day, and then you was so inebriated in the nights when you did call me, you didn't remember what you said. So, I have
You
an
can
issue
take
with
all the
that,
cheap shots
but
you want, but
it
I
ain't
can tell you
cheap.
something right now. If that tree came down, it came down to
They ain't
Jake and
nothing
Jake's
cheap.
department.
There ain't nothing cheap about it, and the reason you talk about the monies, I go back and look over the paperwork here, we set a budget last year, you talked about a cash flow problem, and during the year, we transferred, out of our trust fund accounts, we did, well, let's go back to the budget amendments, we've got 13 pages worth of budget amendments here, that we went about
Wait a minute,
$156,000 over
Hold
budget.
it, hold it,
That was
hold it,
approved by the
hold
board.
it,
Okay,
hold it. We are not discussing the budget. He is here to tell his side of what happened with this.
but he was talking about money, and he
That's-
said
no,
we
you're
didn't go
talking
up.
about money.
Okay,
It's the constant accusations of the staff.
but how you had the authority to move the amounts of money around, you didn't have that general statute authority. You set up
Look
to
at the budget
$30,000,
ordinance.
but you set up to $30,000. If I'm sitting here looking at,
The surplus equipment. I
if
have
I'm
the
sitting here
authority.
looking at the paperwork, right, there was 3 transfers, 2 of them was for $100,000,
Let's
$50,000,
let another. Alderman speak.
$75,000.
Well, I think they were approved by the board, Gary. I
No,
don't
they
think-
wasn't. It never came before the board. We didn't even know this had happened till we got this last week.
Let's have somebody else. We're not gonna spend all night here. Anybody else wanna say something about this budget or what happened here? Anything?
I'd like to know about the chipper. Who authorized the use of James using the chipper?
The way I found out that the chipper was used was through an employee. And I asked Jake, please get the chipper back.
They can pull all your taxes and find out the truth of it.
I've got the text.
Eddie, can I say something about the chipper? You know that is not a true statement because the chances of that happening are 1 in a million. It's because I was driving my yellow limousine called the school bus and was going to the Glenmont Housing Authority and looked, and there sat our chipper on the side of the road. And when I got off my school bus, I called and asked you, what in the hell is the Andrews chipper doing in Murphy? And you said, we loaned it to James.
I said,
And I said, well, we need to get it back to Andrews.
I said that you were getting it back.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I'm not gonna go back and forth.
I don't care. It was, you did it, you did the work, but this little quid pro quo that was going on,
But it's not worth getting paid for. I got no problem
That
with
work was
You
done
guys
in
have a
this fiscal
chipper,
year.
I need a chipper, we need you to do the lights, we should have just paid you, James,
Why didn't you pay me?
because you didn't even give an invoice.
I swear to God, I gave
Here's
you
the
an
thing.
invoice. She
There's
ran
no
it through the
invoice.
shredder, he told me she did.
There was no
Here's the thing.
shredding, no invoice.
The removal of the line was done in this fiscal year. Okay? He should be paid for that.
And I would love for you to donate that to football.
That'd be awesome.
Yes, donate every dime
I don't
to the
think we can do
football.
that, but-
I don't need any.
I mean, I'm just gonna
money.
be honest with you, he did that work, I'm not gonna deny that.
He did the trees at the cemetery.
I didn't go up and say, do